Hey everyone, Albedo238 here again, and I'm about to do another comparison video. This time, I'm taking a look at two really awesome games for the Wii, probably two of the best games that ever appear on the Wii. And that is Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Both are just spectacular in every way. You know, their platforming is awesome. You know, they're both visually stunning, you know, for Wii titles anyway. And both feature orchestral soundtracks that are well, if I said, you know, I better not make any, you know, puns here, or else, you know, yeah. So we'll just say the orchestral soundtracks are just amazing. And just in every way, they're just awesome games. Now, Game King 53, he did a Nintendo TV showdown between these two games to decide which one was better, and he picked Super Mario Galaxy 2 over the first one. I'm here to kind of express my opinions and kind of show why I can't really decide why I can't really pick a favorite between these two games. So let's start with the first one. Now, the first Super Mario Galaxy came out in November 2007. I don't know which day on 2007 it was, or in that month anyway. I don't remember, but that's when it came. But that's when it came out. Yeah, I'm rambling. Sorry. Anyway, when it came out, it definitely featured some spectacular gameplay that had not really been done in many other games of a similar genre. You know, of the same platforming genre. And it was all very unique. You know, took everything to a new level. Definitely took platforming to a new level with the clever use of gravity and such. It was definitely a mind-boggling experience. Now, and on top of that, it also featured some of the, like I said, some of the best visuals that have been seen on the Wii. But more than that, it also brought Luigi back. That's one thing. Luigi has not really been in a 3D Mario game, unless you count Super Mario 64 DS, but that's kind of a reimagining of the N64 classic game. You know, the classic N64 game. And, you know, to have Luigi back as well and have him playable after getting all the stars in the game, that was really cool, you know. Definitely, how should I put this? Definitely, you know, history making for the most part. At least in some people's opinions, it was, like mine. Then, after that, Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out, and much like its predecessor, it was met with a lot of critical acclaim from many professional reviewers out there, and it pretty much stayed true to many of the elements. Now, probably the big difference is that between these two games, Super Mario Galaxy 2 offers more content, you know, more galaxies to explore and such, and probably features better unlockables. I'd say you know, the unlockables are definitely better. Yeah, the only real unlockable in this game was the Purple Comet missions and playing as Luigi. Whereas in this game, you had there were certain galaxies or certain star missions that you could play as Luigi in at that point. And eventually, once you beat the game, you could switch out between Mario and Luigi anytime you wanted. But you also had the Special World, which had housed some pretty unique galaxies, very very tough galaxies. And what else to say? And of course, there's also the Green Star missions that you got after collecting all 120 of the gold power stars. So Super Mario Galaxy 2, you could say, has better content. But the main downside of Super Mario Galaxy 2, in my opinion, is that it doesn't use gravity quite as much, and definitely doesn't use it quite as cleverly as this game did. Now, not to say the levels, that the galaxies aren't, full of imagination, because both games have very imaginative galaxies, some of the most imaginative level design ever. But I have to say that when it came down to the use of gravity, the first game definitely did it a lot better. And that's what made it so unique, was how it used gravity in so many unique ways. I don't really get that. Also, the other downside between these two games is that, to me, the galaxies in Super Mario Galaxy 2 feel a little bit shorter. Don't feel as big. That's to me anyway. They don't feel quite as big as the galaxies in this game did, as they felt. Maybe because there's not as many star missions. At least at first, like there's only like one main star mission, and then you get like, or sometimes one or two, and that's sort of a letdown. But I guess it kind of balances out, with the fact there's more galaxies in it. So I guess that balances everything out. Yeah, but to me, the galaxies in this game felt bigger. They felt wider and such. Yeah, and having trouble saying this. It just felt, like there was more to them, or just more going on in them. Not to say there wasn't a lot going on in the galaxies in this game, but they just didn't feel as big. But overall, they were still great. The missions were great. And Super Mario Galaxy 2 definitely puts out a lot more challenge. I can say that much. Definitely does that. So really, with that said, I can't really find I can't find any real major faults. There are downsides, but that's more between the games themselves, not really as compared to other games in general. And really, I can't pick a favorite. Game King, he picked a favorite easily because of the more colorful graphics in this game, in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and the I guess more uppity, more soundtrack. Not uppity, and the much more upbeat, I should say, much more upbeat soundtrack. So that's his opinion, and I respect it. Me, I can't pick a favorite. They're both great games. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think. Which version do you like better? Do you like the first game or the second game? Just tell me which, and tell me your reasons why. Anyway, that'll be all.